The methodology employed by the Church, most recently since Vatican II, but generally speaking, is the signs of the times methodology. Theology of liberation also employs this methodology, which is a consciousness raising and awareness practice to help us realize and help others realize, discover God's presence in us and among us, in our relationships. So the signs of the times methodology is not a matter of from above teaching absolute truths that need to be memorized and hopefully put into practice, but rather the discovery of God present in our midst, the discovery of God by the people of God. We're all capable of discovering God present among us. So we do this. The first task in this methodology is to see, to observe, to look at our reality, to become not only aware of it, but involved in it, understand the situation, try to understand a situation which other people live or the reasons why we are living this particular situation. So see as the first step. We observe, we talk about and listen and discover more about reality. And in reality, we discover God. We discover voids as well, where God is not fully present, as is God's will to be present. So see leads to a second stage where we're invited to reflect on what we see as though we were putting on a different pair of glasses, trying to see through God's own eyes that situation. What is good? What needs to improve? What needs to change? And we have ways of doing that. We can reach out to Scripture. We can understand through revelation, Scripture itself, understand what is God's will, not in that exact particular situation which we're observing, but enough to be able to orient our thought. Part of this second step of the Signs of the Times methodology is employing the four basic principles of Catholic social thought to that particular situation under observation. So we search in what is promoting the dignity of those involved, the common good, subsidiary or responsible participation, and solidarity. For each and every situation which we are looking at, trying to see from God's point of view, we also take into account these four essential, basic, fundamental principles of Catholic social thought. And then we're not armchair theologians or armchair Christians just observing and judging. Rather, we are trying to transform society so it becomes more the reign of God, God's kingdom among us. And so the third and final step is to act. What we observe, and we try to observe through God's eyes, the call to conversion, discern what God is asking of us, then moves us to act. And generally speaking, our actions, the actions which we are called to promote through this methodology, can be defined with three basic terms. One, that our actions need to be personal, not individual, personal. I am involved. I am involved because I enter into relationships. I am part of the world. I am one with others. So something that I am involved in transforming. Second, that's communal. I don't do this alone. I don't do this myself because God is relational, because God is communion. The task is to do this with others and to build up community. So a communal act to build up a community. And the third and final element of typical action in the Signs of the Time methodology is that it be transformational, not merely an act of charity. Yes, charity is essential to being Christian, but it goes beyond. It asks the question why, and goes to advocacy to transform, awareness, so that things can be different. It goes to the root of the action. So three characteristics of our acts in this methodology: it's personal, communal, and transformational.